this way that all the questions you have and all the doubts you want to ask, if you can put it in the chat initially, we'll try to talk about it in that way. At the end of the session, we'll make sure that we will let all of you talk for 10-15 minutes. We'll open your mic, so if you have any questions with respect to the session or with respect to the the content that's discussed today, or in general, the trainer would be happy to answer all your queries, and then we can close it. Right. So what I'm going to talk about is, number one, as we said, this is going to be absolutely free live IELTS classes. So I'm just going to talk about the content, right? Where exactly do you get this content in terms of the handout and recording? So if you go to our website, I know that all of you have registered for this course. That's why you're here. Once you log in here, you will see this My Test Prep section, where you will find this IELTS Academic Comprehensive Live Class course. Click on it. So it will take you to the curriculum that we have built. So click on the listening, because that's the today's session we're doing. So day one. So you will see the handout. If you click on the handout, you would find the content that that's relevant for you, that's going to be discussed today. So you'll have all the instructions, and also most importantly, you'll have the questions. Right. When it comes to listening, that's why you have the link also, so that you can play it in your system later. The class will have certain questions solved. The trainer instructor will solve certain questions, and then we'll give you additional homework sort of it, which you can solve beyond the class for your additional practice. So you just have to click on this to download. Then you can download the file, and then you can access it in your mobile or system or laptop. Then after the session is done, by tonight or tomorrow morning, we'll have access to recording over here. So you just, right now it shows coming soon, but then obviously once this session ends, it's getting recorded now, you will get access to this recording. So we will keep doing this every day. So as in, like, tomorrow's listening day 2, so you have access to the handout. You can obviously download it and get ready for the class. If by chance you are someone who prefers to run through a printed version of it, go ahead and take printout of it. We'll update this content upfront, so you can do it. Right. Then what else is that, as we said, you're going to do all the 4 modules. Maybe I'll just go back and talk about the course curriculum that we're going to do. So this is going to be a 4-week course. Each week we'll do 1 module. So today we are doing listening for this entire week. Next week it's going to be reading. Then it's going to be writing and speaking. So by chance you miss any one session, obviously the best instruction we have is that we are sharing the recording. You watch it so that you cover up what you missed, and then you continue the learning. But let's say because of exams or your assignments or something else, you couldn't miss the entire or most of the classes for a module. Don't worry, each module is an independent module. Make sure you attend from the next week the reading, writing, speaking, and then we'll again do listening after 4 weeks. So it's going to be a cyclical thing. So you're going to keep doing the classes every day from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. It's absolutely free. There's no catch here. So we're not charging anything for it. So you just have to make sure you make use of it and attend all the 4 modules and take the class and take the exam. On top of it, as we said, we're also giving you 1 mock test for free. You will have access to this IELTS full mock test one. So it's absolutely a free mock test, and it's an evaluated mock test, which means your writing and speaking is also evaluated by the computer. So you'll get an instant feedback on your performance. Right. So broadly, this is what we're offering. So just to answer your questions on like what is the reason why we are doing it for free, it's part of our marketing and promotion thing. Right. We are trying to just get into this, our brand out there, and then let know the quality that we can serve. So absolutely, there's no catch. So you don't have to worry about it. You are here to learn something. My request, sincere request, is that treat it as something you've joined by paying money. That's when you get the seriousness, right? The quality of the content, and in terms of the questions you get for practice, and the sessions taken by a trainer, and the quality of the trainers that we give, and all the things, we are trying our best to make sure that you get the same as what you get anywhere else after paying the amount also. Right. So if you take it seriously and try to do all the things, it's more than enough for you to actually crack the IELTS, is what we are treating. If not, if you need further support, obviously our team is always there to help you. But the fundamental thing is, don't be irregular to the class. That's number 1. Try to be on time so that you get the entire session. It's going to be a 1-hour session with 45-50 minutes of learning and then 10 minutes of Q&A at the end. And number 2, make sure that you actually practice the questions outside the class also, so that you can come back and discuss the answers the next day at the beginning. And at the end of the module, we'll give you some extra practice for sectional tests. Make sure you access them and complete them. So if you do it seriously and the rigor that which we are recommending, I'm sure you will do good with these exams. So that's about what I wanted to say. So what I'll do is I'll stop sharing for a couple of minutes. Then I would just want to read out if you have any questions, right? Yes. So that's about it. So I understand you guys want to start the classes. Sorry, I just tried to help you out in understanding the structure of the course and a lot of questions we have been hearing. So it will be in Google Meet. You will get the links like this today. You can just join the link every day at 7:30. We'll be sending a reminder message for you so that you are not forgetting it. So make sure you attend on time and sit for the entire 1 hour. And if you miss it by any chance, make sure you cover it up with the recording or coming later. Right. So broadly, I'll just tell you this part that Ubergrad has been started, with the vision of helping students to go abroad. And then we are trying to do a lot of features with the help of data backing and technology to make it more affordable and reachable for students. Right. Does handwriting matter in a writing module? Hamza, it's just a little bit off the topic, but I'll say it's not really that important as long as it's legible. So we'll keep these questions to be answered by the trainer. So for now, I'll just hand it over to Mr. Shafiq. So Mr. Shafiq, please take it over. So Mr. Shafiq is a certified British Council trainer with more than 10 years of experience. So he's, a graduate of, literature and has been worked with companies like HSBC and all. He had more than 10 years of experience helping students to crack IELTS. So I believe he'll be a very good mentor for you. So my only request, as I said again, do treat it as a serious classes. Try your best. We are trying our best to help you out in the best possible way. Just make the best use of it and learn from it and do the good. Right. Thanks a lot, guys. Please, Mr. Shafiq, take it over from here.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Jaideep. That's a great one. So I think most of you got the picture of what to do and how to access the tests, right? So now let's go to the actual part. So what is IELTS all about? By the way, I think many of you have like, yeah, IELTS is about going abroad. But before that, you need to write this examination, right? Yes. You need to write this examination to get into many of the universities in many countries, even non-speaking English countries also, like Italy and Germany, or many countries, nowadays, even Dubai also, they're asking IELTS. So IELTS has become very, very important nowadays. So what is IELTS all about? IELTS is all about these four modules. Let me share the screen now. Okay, so you can see my screen, right? Okay, great. Okay, so first of all, we're going to discuss what is entire IELTS thing all about. We have four modules in it, and one of the modules is listening. What is the first module? First module which you're going to attempt is you're going to write listening or attempt listening paper. Okay. Okay, before going into IELTS, by the way, there are two types of IELTS examinations. Like one is paper-based and another one is computer-based. Okay, so paper-based test is like those who are from Hyderabad, they can attempt. I mean, there are two types of tests. They can attempt any of them, right? But those who are from like away from the cities, they don't have these kind of. For example, a city like Vishakhapatnam, they don't have this computer-based test. But otherwise, there are two types of IELTS which are computer-based and uh, paper-based. And yes, but the modules, the way they correct, the criteria, everything is one and the same. Okay, but the interface in computer based is you need to type the answers over there. Okay, so let's come back to the modules. There are four modules, like I said. So first one is listening, second one is reading, and then third one is writing. Okay, and the last but not the least, speaking. But speaking is conducted on a different day, not on the same day. If you're writing a paper based examination, mostly 100%, obviously, you will get the speaking on a different day, and that date also you'll come to know like 1 week before the examination. For example, if you booked your examination on May 15th, so 1 week before you will get a confirmation about your venue and date of the speaking. So speaking is conducted on a different day or different date altogether. But sometimes for the computer-based examination, what happens is they conduct on the same day during like they are checking the availability of the, like if the rush is not so big, then they conduct on the same day the speaking. But 99.99% they conduct on a different. Okay, so yes, listening is all about, again, today's topic we are going to discuss is all about listening. And listening has like four sections, like where you can see that it has four recordings or four sections, we can say. Instead of recording, if we say there's section, that would be good. So each section has 10 questions. So altogether, how many questions? Four sections into 10, altogether 40 questions. And the test takes about 30 minutes. Actually, it is 40 minutes. The entire audio goes on for 30 minutes, and then the after 30 minutes they'll give you extra time to jot down the answers in the answer sheet. So altogether you have 40 minutes for listening. Okay, so in the what happens in computer based is, at the same time you're going to type it over there, right? They'll give another 5 to 10 minutes to check your answers and spellings and stuff. Okay, yes. So by the way, IELTS is all about International English Language Testing System. So it tests your English levels only, unlike GRE and other tests. It doesn't test like in GRE. You, if you know about GRE, they test your like comprehension skill. No, I'm sorry. Other mathematical skills also, right? Okay. So other things are not tested except English levels. These are English thing. I mean, only English listening, reading, writing. These are four modules which are going to write over or attempt over here. Okay. And yes, then candidates will have academic IELTS general, and obviously academic and IELTS both actually have the same listening test. Not only listening but also writing. Sorry, speaking. They have the same thing. Listening and speaking are the same. Okay. So, anyways, we are not going to the other module. Listening is same for both general and academic. Okay, and then it has four sections. Each section has 10 questions. So first section, what happens is a conversation which will be like two people will be there, and they'll be asking things. For example, a student calls to a university and asks, okay, what time the university opens, or for example, how is the accommodation provided, and where are the courses going to. So an inquiry kind of thing. So mostly it is called as form filling, section 1. Okay, where you have phone numbers, addresses to jot it down, and you'll be given a headset in the examination. No need to take anything except your pencils or pencil, eraser, okay, and sharpener. So some of the students, they said, even what do you call, you get the stationery also there, but always take your own stationery, guys. Okay, 2 to 3 pencils, one sharpener, and one eraser. Okay, but apart from that, for listening, you will be given a headset or there itself. You need to listen to the conversation and answer it in the paper. Okay, so first section is all about form filling. Okay, and second one is a monologue, where one person will be speaking and others would be, oh sorry, one person will be speaking, and a content about, for example, any social context or any information given on some topic. Okay, so that will be a monologue, and third one will be again a conversation between two or more. So mostly 3 to 4 people will be there. So it is a conversation again and again. Fourth section will be a monologue or a lecture given on some topic. Okay, so what you'll be doing is you have to keenly hear what the speakers are speaking, because you get the answers between them. Because within the what do you call, the speaker speaks whatever the content they speak, within that only, within that thing only, you have to answer them. It is not like after hearing the entire section one thing, a conversation, you're going to write the answers. No, while hearing, you need to answer the questions. Okay, so get the hang of it today itself. Okay, yes. Then listening has 40 questions, we already know, and yes, each question carries 1 mark. Okay, for example, 40 questions, 39 to 40 questions, straight away 9 maths. Okay, if you get 27 to 29, 6.5. Okay, and your aim should be always above 6.5. That means your aim should be always above 27. Okay, 27, because most of the universities and colleges in every country, they accept six, more than six. Okay, they require 6 bands. Okay, so your target should be always above 27, so that you will be on the safer side. If you get higher marks, yes, a higher percentage or higher band score, here we call it as band scores. If you get a higher one, definitely you'll get a good university. Okay, it depends again, but minimum criteria is 6 bands. Okay, so always aim above 27, 28. And like, yeah, so that is all about points. And yeah, then it has types of many types of questions, but mostly these are the four, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 8 to 7 type of questions you have, so in that, again, form and note are given, not given separately. So mostly multiple choice you have, matchings you have, diagrams, maps, labeling. Okay, and also form filling, like I told you, form, right? Form filling, note, again, table here, summary, and sentence completion, short answers. Okay, sometimes you'll ask like one word or 2 word or 3 word. Okay, there will be a word limit also. So short answers and classifications. For example, you need to write A, B, or C, or dates. Sometimes even maps also will be given. So, where this person is going. For example, this person is going right, and there A is there. Okay, definitely we are going to discuss things. Yes, you can hold your horses. Yes. And then the key points, mostly it is like, obviously you all know this, right? So those who have come till here, you to learn IELTS, definitely you would have researched, isn't it? Before you go to an interview, definitely you'll research about the company, right? In the same way, when you want to go abroad, when you have to clear these things, definitely you would have known about these things, like what is IELTS and how many modules it has. Okay, so yes, the key points are, yes, you have to be multitasking. When you're attempting for the first question, when you're listening to the first question, your pencil should always be to the second question also. You need to keep an eye on the second one. Okay, so those are the tricks you're going to learn anyways once you start doing things. Okay, and he's also saying, don't try to understand. So don't try to understand the entire thing. So whatever information is given, keenly listen to it. Like, depending upon paraphrasing, you need to answer the question. Sometimes it won't be given like straight away the sentence, right? So it will be paraphrased, so you need to understand the paraphrasing, then answer it. So the level of intensity increases section by section. For example, like I told you, there are 4 sections, right? First section will be easier, the form filling. Then second section will be little difficult than the second one. Sorry, first one. Then third section will be difficult than the second one, and fourth section will be difficult than the third one. So mostly students always say, sir, always the third section is difficult in listening. The reason is they have MCQs mostly, and we are going to start with MCQs today. Okay, so yes, and one more thing which is very important, like I told you at first, which is spellings, because it's an international English, normal English, what we do, what we have done in our state syllabus. Obviously, all the rules, and even in the international English also, the same rules, like spelling mistakes. Please don't make any spelling mistakes. Even in listening also, you will not be awarded a mark for the wrong spelling. Okay, so spelling, mostly students lose marks for spelling mistakes, and also like miss. For example, when you jot down the answers to an answer sheet, I'll show you answer sheet later. In the end, when it will be given in a paper based test, the answer sheet will be there. When you jot down the answer in the answer sheet, please write it in a sequence. I mean, obviously you need to write where the question number is, and the answer regarding to that question number you need to write. For example, if you miss one sequence, then all the others answers will be wrong. The reason is you will be in a hurry, right? So first of all, calm down yourself. Yes, you have given lots of tests. I know by the time you're giving your IELTS, you would have completed your graduation or you're doing your engineering and stuff, right? So from LKG, UKG onwards, you're giving your examination, right? And English is like day to day. We have even read everything in English. So no need to worry about it. It's just another examination. But yes, You're paying 15,500 for the examination, okay? 15,000 change. So you have to be careful, okay? And there is no like limit in the examination. You know, you can attend n number of times, okay? And also, yeah, yes, and you can write a number of times. Mostly in what happens is in computer based, the one good advantage is you'll get the result in 5 days. So if you feel that yes, this the result which I got, the band score which you got is not satisfactory, you can attempt, you can take another test next week or whenever the date is available. So immediately you can book a test once you get your result. But what happens in paper based is if you have written one today your examination, after 13th day only or on the 13th day from now you will get your result. So exactly 1 week is the difference between computer based and paper based, okay? Any difference. Otherwise, what happens is you can book a number of tests in a year. There is no what do you know criteria threshold where you cannot book a test or write a test. You can write until you get your desired score. But 15,500 is not so easy, right? For many of us. So better clear it in the first go. But it requires definitely it requires your effort, buddies. I because I said it's another examination doesn't mean that it is quite easy, but it is also not rocket science, guys. Obviously, you've done so many things, isn't it? You guys are mechanical. You guys are doing artificial intelligence, maybe in the future. Some are going for masters in business and all. So it's not so difficult to, but you need to give your time and effort to clear IELTS. Otherwise, you will not get your desired score. That's what I mean to say. Many people, I've seen students take it as, oh, it's just another English examination, I'll take it. No, it's not that way. You have to be a little serious. For example, if you are not from a Cambridge, by the way, IELTS is a Cambridge syllabus. Okay, so IELTS has been derived from Cambridge syllabus thing. They follow the Cambridge syllabus, and this paper comes or made by the Cambridge people in UK. So definitely the syllabus is Cambridge syllabus. So those who are from state syllabus, I'm not degrading anyone. Even I too am a state syllabus guy, but I developed my skills, to match up to that level. So definitely there's always a room for improvement, right? For a international syllabus guy, those who are from CBSE, IGCSE, ICSE, for them it is like a cakewalk. They just know the do some one or two practices, then they do it and then write the examination, because they have already been doing this listening, reading, writing, and maybe speaking, right? So it's the same thing. Okay, so for them it's a cakewalk, but for state syllabus, yes, definitely you need to know the pattern, then how to solve it, what are the things you need to do, and also you need to develop the language, guys. So language is not so easy to get, isn't it? Is it easy? Yes, it is easy, but when we are like from LKG, UKG, from schooling to graduation, we our level of English is now is this. So definitely to match to up this Cambridge level, definitely it requires a little effort. It's not that tough, but yes, it requires an effort. Okay, so it depends upon person to person and the way they take it. Okay, I'll not lecture you a lot. Then, yes, so one word, two words. So the question types, the instructions you have is one word, two word, three word. So you need to read the instructions. Okay, and if it is saying, for example, two words, definitely it can be one word and two word also. If it is three words, it can be one word. The answer can be one word, two word, and three words. Mostly it will be three words, in the sense two or three words means you have to match up to that. So if he's not giving just like that, right? So, but it can be one word, two word also if the instruction is three words. Okay, and if it is saying one word only, then the answer will be one word only, guys. There's no another word added to it. So you have to be very careful with the instruction. And also one word and a number. Okay, one word or two words or a number. So that means word will be there, also number will be there. For example, 10:30 in the morning, right? So 10:30 is a number, and in the morning, right? Are two words. So in that way, the words. So word limit or the word count in the instruction, you need to be very, very careful with it. Okay. So slowly you learn it. So first is MCQs, like I told you. We'll start with multiple choice questions. Okay. Can you all see my screen? It has sample one question where it says it has an audio too. Okay. And yes, I'll play the audio. Listen to it carefully, and you need to use your earphones. I mean, whatever the earphones you have, headphones you have, you can use it. Can you all do that? Yes. So please use your headphones, and then I'm playing the audio now. Are you guys ready? Shall I give you one more minute? Okay, I'll give you a minute so that you all can be ready. Okay, I believe everyone is ready now. And yes, I'll play the audio. Please listen to it carefully. And this is MCQs. You need to answer only one here. Okay, you need to choose only one from ABC. Okay, and there are three questions here. Let's see how do you do.
You will hear a conversation between a student and a doctor at a student health centre.
So what's your problem?
Well, recently I've been getting this pain here, just behind my eyes and in my forehead.
I see. Have you felt sick or dizzy at all, or vomited?
No, not at all, though the pain is pretty intense sometimes.
And how's your health generally? Have you had any colds or flu recently?
I had a cold a couple of weeks ago, but that's gone. It was only a sniffle, really.
Good. Are you studying a lot? Are you getting enough sleep?
Yes, I'm studying quite a lot. I've got some exams coming up in December, but I'm making sure to sleep plenty.
What time do you go to bed?
They're usually around 11. I sleep about 8.5 hours, and I'm up about 7:30, so I have time to go jogging for half an hour before going to the university at 9.
Very healthy. And has this pain kept you awake or stopped you jogging?
Yes, it makes getting to sleep harder. It's much worse at the end of the day. I hardly notice it in the morning.
What about food? Are you eating properly?
I think so. My girlfriend cooks my meals.
Right, and do you wear glasses?
No,
Aha, when did you last visit an optician?
I don't remember. When I was a child, I suppose.
Okay, well, I think first you should get that done again, just to make sure it's not the cause. In the meantime, take an aspirin or two when you're in pain, and come and see me again in a week. Ask the receptionist to give you an appointment with the optician.
Okay. First three questions. Did you answer, guys? There will be a poll set. I want you to answer it in the poll. Okay. I'll give you some time to think about it, and please answer it in the poll. Did you all get the poll? Okay.
The first question we got around 30 votes, so fairly fine. Just wait for the second and the third also to be answered.
Sure.
Guys, just try to answer in the poll so that it will help us, the trainer especially, to know what is the split of the answers, and then accordingly run through the reasons behind why it's right or wrong. So please respond to the poll. If you are doing it from computer or laptop, you would be seeing at the bottom right something like activities, a triangle, square, and a circle. You can click on it and then go to the poll and answer. If you're doing from mobile, click on the three dots then you would see that. Then you can do that also. So fairly, we got 60 votes for the first one. Yeah, I think we can maybe put a hold to it. Uh, um,
Okay. So, yes, the first answer is A. He suffers from headaches. Okay. I think most of you guys have given the right answer. Okay. And second one would be B, between 8 and 9. Okay. He says 8, 8.5 hours, something, right? So, most of you have it as B. Yes, definitely 66. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. And third one. So, which of these describes the Martin's problem? So, mostly it would be the verse in the evening at night. So, C they have given, right? So, I don't think it is C. It is C or B. Yeah, I think yes, it is C. I'm sorry. It is exactly C. It is verse in the evening and also night. So do you hear the audio one more time? Yes, I know you want to hear. You can actually hear it in your uh, like where you can access these audios, right? There you can do it, and I'll show you where to do it. Okay, for the second time also. Shall we go to the next question?
You will hear a conversation between a student and a doctor at a student health centre.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So what's
Yes. So here he's already given the next one also. Which of the things doctor suggested the Martin should do? So in the end, I pause the audio, right? So I'll play the audio again. I'll play it from here.
you wear glasses?
No.
So this is the question further. You need to choose two from here. So she says, "Do you wear glasses?" Okay, and he says no. So that time she suggests something. Okay, I want you to hear the conversation one more time in the end, and then answer this question. Right?
Visit an optician.
I don't remember. When I was a child, I suppose.
Okay. Well, I think first you should get that done again, just to make sure it's not the cause. In the meantime, take an aspirin or two when you're in pain, and come and see me again in a week. Ask the receptionist to give you an appointment with the optician. He's here on Tuesday and Thursday morning.
Okay. So here you need to choose two. So I'll tell you the answer here itself. It will be get your eyes tested, have your eyes tested, and also take an aspirin, she says, right? So B and D are the answers for it. Okay. Then let's do this one too. Are you all ready? Yes, I'm going to play it now.
Hi, Sarah. That was actually quite exciting, wasn't it?
You really think so, Dave? I'm completely worn out. If I have to take in another piece of information, my head's going to explode.
It was good, though.
I have to admit it was.
And it was challenging.
Challenging. The last tutorial. It makes me think I learned absolutely nothing at school. I understood nearly all of it, but a few bits. I'm not sure I got it all. Reading is reading, and that's...
Well, it is and it isn't, you know.
We all read in the same way.
No, we don't. What are you two arguing about?
Oh, it's Terry. Hi.
Reading. Reading? Yes, reading. That's not exactly a sexy subject to be arguing about, is it, Dave? I don't know. I find it quite exciting, really.
You would.
We've just been to this tutorial on study skills as part of the English literature course, and Sarah's found it difficult to follow.
No, Dave, that's not true. It's just there were some things that I'm not so sure about, or more importantly, sure whether they're important or not.
Well, what was the problem?
Well, when I read, I just read. And Dr. Pratt was going on about all these different techniques that we need to develop and hone.
Okay.
Hi, Sarah. That was actually quite exciting, wasn't it?
You really think so, Dave?
Okay. So I want you to answer again. I'm going to send the poll. Do you want me to repeat it one more time, or is it okay? It's better you give it for the first time, because I want you to go home and check again, because the audios will be sent to you again. You can read. Okay. So yes, the poll is given to you. Let's see how many of you have actually answered it. So let's see how many of you voted. Are you still discussing? Are you still thinking about it? Okay. Someone has given B. Yeah.
Maybe it's better that you play the audio again, because some of the students are saying they couldn't read the questions beforehand. So maybe just read.
Sure. Yeah, I also thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll play the audio again. Yes.
I'm completely worn out. If I have to take in another piece of information, my head's going to explode.
It was good, though.
I have to admit it was.
And it was challenging.
Challenging. The last tutorial. It makes me think I learned absolutely nothing at school. I understood nearly all of it, but a few bits. I'm not sure I got it all. Reading is reading, and that's that.
Well, it is and it isn't, you know.
We all read in the same way.
No, we don't. What are you two arguing about?
Oh, it's Terry. Hi.
Reading. Reading? Yes, reading. That's not exactly a sexy subject to be arguing about, is it, Dave? I don't know. I find it quite exciting, really.
You would.
We've just been to this tutorial on study skills as part of the English literature course, and Sarah's found it difficult to follow.
No, Dave, that's not true. It's just there were some things that I'm not so sure about, or more importantly, sure whether they're important or not.
Well, what was the problem?
Well, when I read, I just read. And Dr. Pratt was going on about all these different techniques that we need to develop and hone.
Okay. So in the end, there is always an extra information which is given. Sometimes you might not relate it to it, the extra things. See, after the Sarah and Dave, what they have like just done, isn't it? That's what the question is. Just attended the tutorial on what? So after that, he has given some extra information. So this is what is happens in the listening, where they give extra information to confuse you. And at one point, you might also feel for MCQs. Why MCQs are harder is you feel that in every option, some of the things are like uttered, or some of the words and sentences. You feel that okay, every option is the answer, because they make you feel that yes, this is also right, this is also right, this is all, but they mean only one, isn't it? So you need to understand what the question is, and related to it, you need to answer it, even though you feel that yes, all of them are the same. So let's see how many of you have given the answers. Let's see. Any poll given? I think we already given the poll, right? Okay, 6 results visible. So Dave thinks the last tutorial is, many of you have given that was exciting, and Sarah disagrees. Is it the same? No, it was exciting, isn't it? It was exciting, and Sarah also agrees to it. It is not disagree. Okay, so D is the right answer. Was good, and Sarah feels she has to agree with it. Okay, and then Sarah states, I'm sorry. Sarah states that she understood, whether she understood the tutorial or not. So what you have given, most of you have given A and C, and some of like 4 votes are for D and 8 for B. Okay, Sarah states that she understood most of it, but some were like she was not able to comprehend it. So incomprehensible. She was not able to comprehend it, right? I was not able to get that thing she was saying. I understood most part of it, but some of it I didn't get it. That's what she said. So C would be right answer for it, for the second one. Okay. And Sarah and Dave have just attended a tutorial. Okay, 28 votes for B and 23 for A. Okay, 3 and 4 for C and D, respectively. Okay, so it is the first one. Okay, study skills for English literature. They have attended he particularly says English literature, right? Obviously, reading in literature is, they've not only discussed reading or writing or any other thing, but they have entirely talked about English literature. So just to confuse you, the B option is quite near to the A one, isn't it? It matches. So this is why not B? Many of you might ask, because they didn't only discuss reading, right? They discussed entire thing about English literature, how, like study skills and the skills how to develop the English literature. So A would be the right answer. Okay. Yes, let's go to the next one. I think most of you guys will answer this. Let's see how do you do this. Shall I play?
Shafiq, can you just go to the last one? And one of the students is asking a doubt on that first question. You just run through why you justify the answer as option D, the second one, second question. I mean, sample question two, first question in that.
Okay, Sarah states that she understood, right?
Dave thinks the last tutorial, first one.
Yes. Dave thinks that last tutorial was what exactly Dave thinks. So it is not what Sarah thinks, but also Dave thinks, right? So what would be the answer? Maybe they have said, most of you guys have answered it as yes. I think it ended, right? Yes. So it should be actually so you got confused between wasn't very interesting and Sarah agrees. No, it was interesting. And also many of you guys have given as exciting and Sarah disagrees, right? So yes, it is exciting what Dave thinks is, and Sarah also feels yes, she agrees to it. If you want to listen to it, I'll make you listen to the first part of it. Yes, let's see.
Hi, Sarah. That was actually quite exciting, wasn't it?
You really think so, Dave? I'm completely worn out. If I have to take in another piece of information, my head's going to explode.
It was good, though.
I have to admit it was.
So I have to admit it was. So that's what she says, right? Yes, I admit it. It is good, isn't it? So rest of the information can be little blah blah blah. But she initially admitted it is good, right? So that is what we are going to take. Okay. It is not only Dave thinks, but Sarah also agrees with it. I hope your doubt is solved. Again, you can rewind it. You have that thing in your thing, right? You can actually get this from the notes. You can get that audio and also the entire MCQs thing. You can actually repeat it one more time. Got it? Let's go to the next slide. Okay. ABC, anything but one you need to choose, okay, from one of the ABCs, right? ABC, one you need to choose. Let's see. Okay, before you start the audio, the audio starts, you will be given some time. When you give the exact examination, there will be some time given to read the questions. So like half a second or a half a minute or a 1 minute sometimes. Now 1 minute they've not given exactly. Half a minute is given to just to proofread your questions and the options. So in that, what you're going to do is you're going to quickly read the questions and then also whatever the options which you have given. Okay. So always read the question properly. Okay, because once the audio starts, yes, you will be a little tensed up sometimes. So when they have given time before the audio starts, please go through the questions. They say now 1 to 5 questions you need to answer. Please look at it. Some time will be given to answer the question. I mean, to go through your questions. Please look into the questions or the blanks or whatever the paper is, right? Yes. Let's see.
Now, what is the nature of your complaint?
I'm phoning to complain about a flight I took recently. I always take certain measures to ensure that I will be comfortable. For example, I always pay the additional cost for extra legroom, and I always arrive punctually for the flight to make sure that I'm seated beneath an air conditioner. Unfortunately, I was disappointed to find that the air conditioning on the plane was broken, so I spent the entire flight in discomfort as it was too hot and the air was stuffy.
I see. I do apologize for this fault with the air conditioning. Now, while I have you on the phone, would you mind answering a short questionnaire regarding your recent flight?
Sure.
Okay, let's get started. What did you think of the food that was served to you during the flight?
I thought that it was inexpensive and quite delicious. However, I was still very hungry afterwards, as it was a very small portion and more of a snack. Providing a snack for lunch is not reasonable.
Okay, I have noted that down. What was your opinion of the quality of service that you received from our staff on board?
The staff was very helpful, but each time I pressed the button to request service, it took a long time for a staff member to arrive. I found this frustrating as there just weren't enough staff on board the flight to be able to serve all the customers.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much for answering those questions.
Okay, so do you want me to repeat this one more time? Yes, we'll do it, and then we'll discuss the answers. It's better.
Now, what is the nature of your complaint?
I'm phoning to complain about a flight I took recently. I always take certain measures to ensure that I will be comfortable. For example, I always pay the additional cost for extra legroom, and I always arrive punctually for the flight to make sure that I'm seated beneath an air conditioner. Unfortunately, I was disappointed to find that the air conditioning on the plane was broken, so I spent the entire flight in discomfort as it was too hot and the air was stuffy.
I see. I do apologize for this fault with the air conditioning. Now, while I have you on the phone, would you mind answering a short questionnaire regarding your recent...
Sure.
Okay, let's get started. What did you think of the food that was served to you during the flight?
I thought that it was inexpensive and quite delicious. However, I was still very hungry afterwards, as it was a very small portion and more of a snack. Providing a snack for lunch is not reasonable.
Okay, I have noted that down. What was your opinion of the quality of service that you received from our staff on board?
The staff was very helpful, but each time I pressed the button to request service, it took a long time for a staff member to arrive. I found this frustrating as there just weren't enough staff on board the flight to be able to serve all the customers.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much for answering those questions.
Okay, so the poll has already been sent. Can you please answer the poll, please, so that I'll know how many people have answered correctly. Okay. So have you given it? Okay. Yes. 1, 2, 3. Yes. So most of you are correct for the first one. He says, legroom is not enough, and I'm also punctual. I came early and all. But end of the day, I mean, like in the end, he says he's not happy with the air condition. So that means the answer is C, temperature. Correct. And then, what is the man think about the food served during the flight? Obviously, he says everything, but he says it's just a snack. Okay, so A would be the right answer. He says inexpensive. Most of like 17 oats are given. Some people have given like inexpensive. Inexpensive means not so expensive. Okay, so you need to come across these terminologies, where they use these words, So they, just to make you go to the wrong track. So inexpensive means not so expensive. So that means B is wrong. So most of 0 votes for C. Yes, it's not bad taste. He says it's really good, but it is not enough. It's just like a snack, he said, right? So not enough to eat. Second one. And then you need to decide between these three: satisfied, long wait, or bad attitude. Mostly you're given long wait. Yes, it is 100% correct, right? So there was a long wait to being served. So I believe, yes, most of you have given the right answers, So I think you got now. See, first when I gave you the first one, yes, it is little difficult, right? So you got it little. Okay, you want to hear it more time for the clarity of the speech and the words and the which option to select and all. So listening is this, they won't directly sometimes give you the answer. You need to paraphrase it into your mind and then give the answer. You need to choose the right answer by paraphrasing. Okay, what is he exactly saying? What is the speaker like pointing out to? Okay, so even for a fraction of second in the examination, you just think of something else. Okay, just for a second you think of your girlfriend or boyfriend, what he or she is thinking, then it is gone. So all your mind, body, soul, everything should be there at listening. You have to see, reading is like you have the paper, you have the entire thing, you need to answer it from the passage. But listening, once the audio runs to the different one, definitely you will not get it. And one more hint I can give you in listening is, once the entire section is done, he'll in the end also you'll get some time to answer the questions. For example, you left some of the questions. For example, some of you have not done, or you just felt that simply, yes, I am confused which one to give. So guesswork. So in listening and reading, you can always do a guesswork. So for example, MCQs, you feel that okay, this answer is correct. Give that answer, guys. Don't leave it empty, because there's no negative marking in IELTS. That means if you give a wrong answer, there's no negative marking. But if your guess is correct, then you'll get a mark, and that will increase your band score, right? So always do not leave your answer sheet empty, or the sheet, the last sheet which I talked about, answer sheet. It will look like an homage sheet, right? Don't leave it empty. Answer something. If it's MCQs, out of those MCQs, answer something. If you feel that something is correct, this one is what he said, maybe. Because once that those 10 questions are discussed, if you're going to the next section, you won't be able to recollect what they have said it in the first section. So within the first section only, try to answer that. Okay. Yes. So I think it's pretty much done. Yes, I believe that it's 1 hour done now. I'll give you some homework. So I'll give you sample question 4.
Now, what is the nature of your...
Yeah, sample question 4, sample question 5.
The only seat that
Yeah, I'm sorry, 4 questions only we have here. So sample question 4, I want you to do it on your own. This will work. Okay. I want you to do it, and then we'll discuss matchings tomorrow. Okay. So I want you to do it as homework. Sample question 4. Okay. And also, yes, and also the answers which you felt that yes, I need to do it one more time. Please do sample question 1, 2, and 3, and then as a homework, please do this assignment, and we'll discuss the answers tomorrow. Okay. So anything which is like you have any doubts regarding it? So any doubts regarding it, we our counselors are there. They'll always help you with it, for with the handouts and even the audios. Okay, so you'll get that, and then you can do the assignment and come back tomorrow at same time at 7:30.
Right.
So
Thanks a lot, Shafiq. So I'll take it from here.
thank you.
Uh, Thanks a lot, Shafiq, for your time. So, hello everyone. So, I will be here for another 10 minutes. So, I'll be happy to take, your questions and, doubts regarding to the course and all. You can put it in the chat. So, one common thing I'm getting to see is where do you get the access to the homework and the audio links and all of that, right? So, I will talk about that. So, before that, if you have any other question also, I will talk about it. Okay, so wait. So everyone just don't post the questions. Just give me a second. I'm just sharing my screen. So the most important thing what everyone is asking is this, right? So let me just go to the website. All of you are here because I know you've created an account in our website. So just log into your account with your email. Once you go here to the My Test Preparation, right? Click on this. You will see this IELTS Academic Comprehensive Live Classes course. So just click on it. This is when you will have this listening, day one. Then I can go and click on the handout. So this is the content that we did run through. You can download it. You will see all the material, plus you will see the question. You can click on this link and it will automatically play the audio for this first question. So as we have already done sample question 1 today, then sample question 2, then we also did sample question 3, 4 and 5. Right, you can do it as homework. You can click on these links for you to practice. The solutions will be discussed by Mr. Shafiq tomorrow, and then he will move ahead to the day 2 content on matching and plan, map, diagram, labeling. Right, that's the plan for the tomorrow session. So, and then the recording, if some of you have joined late or you want to re-repeat it to understand any concept that's been discussed today, you will get the access to recording by tomorrow morning. You will get a message, as well as you can come here tomorrow morning and you can access it. So you click here, you'll get a video here. It's not working, no, obviously once we end the session we'll put it there and then you'll have access to it. So I hope this will clarify in terms of where to find. Obviously for tomorrow's class, go ahead, click here. You'll have the handout for the day 2 also. You can download and then you come and sit in the class upfront with us. Right. So that's about this. Are we allowed to listen to voice during the test? No, not really. In the actual IELTS test, you're allowed to only listen to the audio clip once. So it's going to be a 30-minute session, approximately 25, 27, 30, whatever the audio, 4 audio clips will sum up to. On average, take it as 30 minutes. And you will not be given a choice to listen to it again. If you're taking a paper-based test, you will be played once, or if you're taking computer-based test also, you'll be played only once. The only difference is in paper-based test, you will get additional 10 minutes. It's called transfer time, where you can transfer your answers from a rough sheet, a rough paper, to the actual, answer sheet that they will be giving. Right. Yes. So in terms of writing a single module, the IELTS declared that from the March end you will be able to, but actually, at least from our understanding, we haven't been able to do that. So I am yet to get a confirmation with respect to that. They did officially declare that from the April, you will have the option to retake a single module. Right. So this part, I'll just check with the IELTS representative, the IDP person with whom we have associated. I'll just check once and give an update by this week itself. Is a single session allowed? So in terms of headphones, you will get it in the center itself. Ideally, if you want, you can carry it, but I don't think they'll allow it. They will give you an headset. You can listen to it. So you will get a headset by default in the test center, computer-based or paper-based. What is IELTS used for? See, IELTS is an exam you need to prove, because we are a non-native speakers. We don't come from an English-speaking country. If you want to pursue your higher education, be it like bachelor's or master's or PhD in any of the English-speaking courses, be it US, UK, Canada, Australia, Germany, and all of that. So we do, you need to take this exam and prove that you're comfortable with the IELTS. Yes, IELTS also has something called academic and general. So sometimes it's also useful to take general for your PR, the visa purpose, immigration purposes. So it's fundamentally to prove you're good in English. So we are focusing on IELTS academic only. It is helpful for people who are trying to go for their further studies in foreign universities. Will there be a mock test for single listening course? We would give some mock test, but if you want computer based and more content, you have to upgrade to silver, which is a free thing, by the way. You don't have to pay anything to upgrade to silver in our website. I'll just, show one thing because you asked this. Just give me a second. So you can upgrade to silver because I know you must be bronze, most of you. All you have to do is go to your wallet. You can watch this video to understand, you just click on this, there will be a video which will tell you how to upgrade to silver for free, how you can earn the coins. You can just take free assessment tests and, fill your profile details, and that will give you coins. You can refer your friends, and that will be enough to, upgrade to silver for free. So if you want, our team will help you out to, understand this, but you can watch these videos to understand how to upgrade to silver. With that, you will get 12 sectional tests, 3 for listening, reading, writing, speaking each. And you'll also have 3 mock tests, with 1 mock test being evaluated by the trainer as well. A 30-minute feedback session will be there for you. So that's about it. For job, again, as I said, Shraddha, if it's for PR purpose, immigration purpose to any of the foreign countries, it does help. But not, if you're asking fundamentally, IELTS is a basic English communication. If you are even looking for a job in India, if you can improve your communications, it's always helpful for you. We'll do speaking, writing, all of that also, so you'll get it. Do we have a GMAT test preparation? Jivita, no. We only have GRE content. If you want, once you upgrade to silver, you get 100 hours of GRE course. It's a self-paced course. We can access it and take sectional test, mock test, and all of that. But as of now, we don't have GMAT. We will work towards it maybe in a few months, and you will get an update if you are. Is IELTS sufficient for getting admission? Kathy, depends on which country you're talking about. USA, I would say half of the universities have waived off since the COVID, so you can still go ahead without GRE. But if you talk about Canada, UK, or Australia, Germany, and all, you can happily, go ahead with just the IELTS. Most of the 95 to 98% of universities are not asking for GRE unless you're aiming for a specific course in a top university. But for US, my personal recommendation is take GRE because that will keep everything open for you. But if it's not something you want to do, you can still go ahead and apply for your admissions. You just need your CGPA, obviously, which everyone will have with their undergrad. Obviously, with an IELTS score, you can go ahead for it. How is IELTS differ from TOEFL, Satvik? It's the same test. They do the same English test. So it's a personal choice of what you prefer over the other. It's just about TOEFL is connected by one company, ETS, and IELTS is connected by Cambridge. It's just that IELTS has much better acceptance in the whole world. That's what I would generally say. Otherwise, TOEFL also has pretty good acceptance for US, for Canada and Australia, UK. But IELTS has slight edge over it. And I somehow believe that IELTS is treated as a little bit easier exam than TOEFL. But if you're fundamentally good with your basics, I think it will be same. But it's just that IELTS is most attempted, most widely accepted. Just fundamentally, people take more of IELTS. But personally, I don't think one is easier or the one is difficult. Just that IELTS is more trained. People have more content. Know the shortcuts on how to crack the exam. Over years, trainers have been better at it. So somehow IELTS has been more trained as such. Link, I don't know what link, Gopal. So maybe can be more clearful. Thanks a lot, guys, for your response. How many questions are asked in listening? So you'll have 4 audio clips. That's for shown in the beginning. 10 questions for each audio clip. 40 questions you have to answer in 30 minutes of the audio clip. Okay. Sure. I'll definitely find out about the retake of single module. Just give me a day. I'll check with the IDP guys, Indian IDP. They're associated with them, so I'll definitely get an answer from them and confirm that. So is IELTS score needed for part-time? I would say if you're looking for a campus job or in some traditional workforce in US or UK, definitely your communication skills are seen, especially your speaking. You should have a minimum IELTS score with speaking being slightly better. That's something I commonly observe for part-time jobs, especially the assistantships, the GA, TA, RA in US ecosystem, a little bit in your Canada, UK system also. But not that you can't get without it. But for campus jobs, assistantships, definitely your English score is required. You need to do better than the basic criteria to get some scholarships or assistantships back in universities. That is fine. I asked how many questions are asked in listening. 4 audio clips, 10 questions each. Headphones for taking Duolingo. Duolingo you're taking from home, so absolutely you can use your headphones. There's no problem with that. In UK and Ireland, IELTS only criteria, yes, as I said, 99 or 98%, unless you're talking about MBA or some specific course, GMAT could be asked, but otherwise IELTS is good enough for UK and Ireland. Okay, thanks a lot for good feedback, guys. So really helpful. So we didn't really think about it, Ashok, but maybe we can consider a certificate. We are tracking the attendance, so maybe people who are attending, we are planning a surprise at the end. So certificate also is something we will definitely consider and give it for people. Not that it will really be helpful, but if some people prefer it, we don't mind it. But just try to understand, get the essence of it. As I said, we are trying our best to make sure that your experience will be like a paid class. We are not trying to run away and just do a basic thing and move it, just like for the sake of doing it. We're absolutely trying to deliver the best we do, even if we do it as a paid course. So treat it this way. Obviously, it's a part of our promotional thing. I'm not denying that. So we are spending money, we are spending all of that, with obviously an objective that we would able to show what we are worth, as what is our agenda, what is our perspective towards helping this overall process. So if you like it, we're happy to help with other things, but obviously it's not a mandatory that you're forced to do something with any of our paid services. So, but my only ask is, if so many people are putting the effort, my request is make sure you make the best benefit out of it by learning the max as much as possible, right? So crash course, Amit, if you need, you can upgrade to gold and get one-on-one classes. It can be done at your own comfort in terms of 1 week, 2 weeks, right? And if you need more mocks or less mocks, and we'll also help you with the overall process. The gold upgrade is just 4,500. You're getting in online classes one-on-one plus mock tests, plus you will get the entire application process done. For every university you want, we recommend, if you want, you can also get your own universities, and we'll apply for the overall process, help you with the SOP, LOR, visas and everything, for just 4,500 as a gold membership. Then what else? What is Duolingo? Duolingo is another English exam, Krati, just like TOEFL or IELTS. It's just that some universities in US are accepting it. And since COVID, it has started to grow a little bit of acceptance, but it only is something that you can look at if you are not fundamentally good with IELTS. If you can take and get a basic 6 and 6.5 at least, you don't even have to look at Duolingo, is what I would say. Duolingo is not accepted by all the universities, but it's easier, relatively cheaper, 5,000 rupees. The exam duration is just 45 minutes to 1 hour, so people might take it if you want a quick result and easy to score. If you can't score a basic score in IELTS, that's when I recommend people to definitely look at Duolingo, because some universities accept Duolingo even with a lower score. That's it. Cool then. So I guess I've answered all the questions. So guys, see you tomorrow then. I hope you had good time and got written on 15th and all good except the listening section. Okay. No worries. You can improve for sure. Make sure you give your best here. And I'll definitely check with the IDP representative that we are associated with. Just give me 1 day and we'll get an answer on the retake of single sections, right? Great, guys. So thanks a lot. I hope you had good time. So if you have any doubts, you have your dedicated counselor, and obviously our team will also stay in touch. Obviously, we'll come back tomorrow. You will get all the doubts cleared in the chat. So that's it. Thanks a lot. Wish you all a happy night and see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Good night.